You're listening to Holy Lives, Inspiring Stories. This podcast is brought to you by Paulines Multimedia. Discover the saints. Be inspired to live like one. Hello and welcome back to Holy Lives, Inspiring Stories. We're so glad you're here. As always, we're on a quest to find light, inspiration, and insight from the holy men and women who have walked before us, discovering how their faith, struggles, and triumphs can inspire us to live with purpose, compassion, and courage today.
It's so great to be back for our third episode. Today, we're exploring the life of someone truly unique, a saint for our times, who shows us that holiness isn't just for history books, but for the digital age we live in.
That's right. Today's episode is titled When Digital Meets Divine, and we'll be exploring the incredible, though short, life of Saint Carlo Acutis. He was canonized on September 7th, 2025, making him the Catholic Church's first millennial saint, often referred to as the patron saint of the internet, or God's influencer.
I love that title, When Digital Meets Divine. It perfectly captures how he lived his faith in such a modern way, finding the sacred in the seemingly secular tools of our time. So, let's dive in. Who was Carlo Acutis?
Well, Carlo Acutis was born on May 3rd, 1991 in London, England, to Italian parents Andrea Acutis and Antonia Salzano. His family moved to Milan, Italy shortly after his birth. What's remarkable is that his parents weren't particularly devout at the time. His mother, Antonia, stated she had only attended Mass a few times before her wedding. Yet Carlo displayed a profound love for God from a very young age, even inspiring his mother to a deeper faith and urging his family to go to Mass daily. He received his first Holy Communion at the age of 7, and from then on became a frequent communicant, praying before or after every Mass. He famously stated, "All people are born as originals, but many die as photocopies."
Wow, that's incredible for a child from a non-practicing family to have such deep conviction. He truly was an original. As he himself famously said, all people are born as originals, but many die as photocopies.
Exactly. His faith wasn't just devout, it was active and deeply rooted in the sacraments. He considered the Eucharist his highway to heaven, and he went to Mass daily, received communion, and frequented confession. He also had a great devotion to the Rosary and consistently asked his mother to take him to Eucharistic adoration.
So he had this intense spiritual life, but he was also a typical teenager, right? He loved video games and computers. How did he combine those seemingly different aspects of his life, making the digital meet the divine?
That's where his unique mission truly shines. Carlo was incredibly tech-savvy, teaching himself computer programming and web design. He saw the internet not just for entertainment, though he enjoyed playing video games like Nintendo Game Boy, GameCube, PlayStation, and Xbox, but as a powerful tool for evangelization, limiting his gaming time to 2 hours a week as a form of spiritual discipline. At just 11 years old, he began to create a website documenting Eucharistic miracles from around the world, a project that is still active today and has traveled as an exhibition to thousands of parishes on 5 continents.
That's phenomenal. He truly brought the divine into the digital realm, using his passion for technology to share the truth of the Catholic faith with a global audience. Long before influencers were even a concept, he truly was a pioneer in digital evangelization.
He absolutely was. He recognized that the internet, while a new instrument, could be used to bring people closer to God. He had this profound understanding that throngs of people stand in interminable lines to buy tickets to rock concerts or soccer matches, but I don't see crowds of people lined up outside church waiting to see Jesus in the Eucharist. This should make us pause and reflect. He wanted to change that. Carlo also used his computing skills to design websites for Catholic organizations and create content that explained the faith.
But his life was cut tragically short, wasn't it?
Yes, it was. In October 2006, Carlo developed what initially seemed like the flu. However, his condition rapidly worsened, and he was diagnosed with acute promyelocytic leukemia, a very aggressive form of cancer. He offered all his suffering for Pope Benedict XVI and the Church, saying, "I offer all the sufferings that I will have to undergo to the Lord for the Pope and the Church, so that I can avoid purgatory and go straight to heaven." Just a few days after his diagnosis, at the age of 15, Carlo passed away on October 12, 2006, in Monza, Italy.
What a profound testament to his faith, offering his immense suffering for others at such a young age.
Indeed, and his legacy only grew after his death. His cause for beatification and canonization quickly began. He was declared venerable by Pope Francis in 2018. He was then beatified on October 10, 2020, after the recognition of a first miracle involving the healing of a Brazilian boy named Mateus, who suffered from a rare pancreatic disorder.
It's truly amazing how quickly his impact has resonated across the world. His body now rests in Assisi, visible to pilgrims in jeans, sneakers, and a sweatshirt, though the Church has clarified his body is integral but not incorrupt, having undergone the natural process of decay.
That's truly right. So, as we wrap up, what's the big insight we can take away from St. Carlo Acutis' life today? How does When Digital Meets Divine speak to us?
For me, it's how Carlo beautifully demonstrated that holiness can truly emerge when the digital meets the divine. He wasn't afraid to embrace the tools of his time, the internet, computers, video games, and elevate them, transforming them into powerful instruments for spreading the gospel. He shows us that our smartphones, our social media, our digital lives can all be pathways to God, urging us to find the divine in the digital and become God's influencers. His life reminds us that our aim has to be the infinite, not the finite. The infinite is our homeland. Heaven has been waiting for us forever.
That's the challenge, isn't it? To integrate our faith into every aspect of our lives, especially in the digital world, and to never forget that our ultimate goal is heaven. To live as originals, not photocopies for God, and let the divine shine through our digital presence.
A powerful life and a powerful legacy. Thank you for walking us through it.
Thank you for joining us on this episode of Holy Lives, Inspiring Stories. We hope the inspiring story of St. Carlo Acutis has helped you discover how to live with more purpose, compassion, and courage today. Be sure to subscribe so you don't miss our next episode.
Until then, may we all strive to live lives where the digital truly meets the divine, bringing Christ to the world through every means available to us. Discover the saints. Be inspired to live like one.